Hi, my name is Andrew Fielding,
I'm Mohamed Karim Kane.
I'm Josh Len.
I'm Rahul Setia.
and today we're going to be presenting to you our CS3200 final project, a web app for Cafe Coin. Cafe Coin is an innovative, data-driven platform that creates and maintains rewards profiles for consumers who visit independent coffee shops. The app allows qualifying cafes to join a network of small businesses around the country, forming a consortium of independent shops where consumers can use a single user profile to earn coins that can be redeemed at any shop across the network for rewards. CafeCoin helps businesses compete directly with the powerful loyalty programs driving traffic to large national chains while providing a new incentive for coffee drinkers to support local business and still access the convenience of a broad rewards network. Now we'll talk about our routes.
We chose to divide the routes by user persona, creating one blueprint per persona. We chose this organization because each persona needs to access many tables, but for our implementation, each table is only needed once or twice, so organizing by persona is the most efficient. Each persona has 3 pages executing distinct user stories, and routes are organized by functionality within each persona. For example, my admin persona has a deletion page, which has a put and then a put to mark them as inactive and a delete to actually delete them from the system. Then for the alerts dashboard, we have a get to get the alerts and a put to make an alert. And then lastly, for the complaints page, we have a get to get all of the alerts and a put to resolve the complaints.
Next for the data analyst page, we have 5 routes in total. The first two are to obtain the transaction and order details of all transactions of every store. And then we have the routes for the store comparison page, which are to obtain the transaction and order details of specific stores. And then the last route is to get information on all the leads or the stores that we want to reach out to join Cafe Coin.
Now, for the shop owner blueprint, we start by managing the menu, which are all routes for get, post, put, and delete that allow you to manage the menu items on your store. After that, we have showing and viewing the subscribers that are subscribed to your own store. And for that, it is a get route. And lastly, we have two more get routes to be able to view the reward item history and performance. So that allows you to either see the order details or the transaction history.
Finally, the customer blueprint has a get, post, and put route to accomplish making an account balance addition, which requires getting the customer's payment details, creating a transaction instance, and updating the customer's balance. It has a get route to gather the data required to build an account and spending dashboard. And lastly, it has two get routes to furnish the creation of an interactive map that includes both all stores and specific recommendations for stores based on the user's preferences. Now we'll get into our app demo. The customer starts their app experience from their account dashboard, which shows their key balances, all-time spending stats, and some graphs of recent spending trends. From here, they can move over to the account balance reload screen if their account balance is getting low. This screen allows the customer to choose an amount to add to their account, pick a card on file, input their CVV, and then go ahead and make that account balance transaction. Now, if we move over to Data Grip and we go down to transactions, you'll see that a new transaction has just been added, 504, and that's a balance reload for $5. The last functionality for the customer is using the Find a Cafe Coin member feature, which is an interactive map that includes all the Cafe Coin stores around the country, including some that are highlighted in blue, which are customer recommendations. Those can be turned off, so you're just viewing the stores normally as well, and there's a search bar functionality.
Now, as a shop owner, there are a few things that I like to do for my key functionalities. And the first one is managing the menu. So within that, I can see the menu. And the first thing I'd like to do is add a new menu item. So here we see the coffee that's $5. If we click the add item button and then go back to data grip, we will see it reloaded into the database. Now back into the menu, we note that there's a chocolate muffin and a matcha latte offering. So if you want to change the muffin offering to blueberry from chocolate, we can go to the update existing item, click that button, and then the new item ID 502 should be updated in the database as well. And then finally, if we're ready to remove an item from our menu, let's take 503, for example, which is the matcha, we can delete that from the menu. And there it is, gone. Now, another feature that we included for the shop owner is to be able to view the subscribers. We also added a filter box there so we can search by name, and here we have standard pull up. And the last thing that we want to be able to do is view the reward item performance. So here we have vanilla cold brew. We can check for different time periods. So if you want to look at last week's performance, we just put in the dates to the left, match it on the right for the end date. You can see the performance there, only one order. But then let's say we want to see how it's performing for this week. We can change that from the 9th to the 16th. Then when we hit get stats, we'll see that it's done a lot better. So that is it for the shop owner.
Next, for the data analyst, we have 3 pages. We can look at the first one, the full system dashboard. Here we can see the transaction and order details of all the stores inside Cavity Coin with 2 graphs at the bottom, including the total amount paid and a pie chart regarding how the customers like to pay. And then we can compare 2 stores. So let's compare the first store and the second store. And so we can see that the details is pulled up side to side as well as the 2 charts on the bottom. So here we can like efficiently compare the 2 stores and how they're doing. And lastly, we can look at the store leads as well as view the states that have the most stores so we can know where to expand to.
All right, now for the admin, if we go to delete a merchant or a slash customer, if we mark Alice Smith as inactive, it basically will change that to inactive. So if we go and look in data group, the field should be a 0 now, I believe. Yeah. And then if we go and delete Marie, which I believe is the next one, it should just remove her from the system as well. And then yeah, that's it for that page. Then on the alerts dashboard, we can basically make a new alert, which if we go to the other tab, so if we do that and we hit send alert, then it should make a new alert within the alerts table. Yeah, so we see that at the bottom there. And then for our last page, we have the complaints dashboard, which is basically just you can pick any one. Let's say we pick number 38. We can email them and then we can mark it as resolved. And if we go look at number 38 in the complaint tickets table, we can see that the status should be resolved, I believe. Yeah, resolved. Okay.
And that's our project. Thank you for listening.